Welcome to Saturated, short and sweet infusions of elixir for your body, heart, mind, and soul to support you in becoming more deliciously filled with the nectar of your own essence for more everyday bliss. Because feeling more fully alive and deeply satiated is not a circumstance. It's a choice. I'm Salona Carlisle, and I'm so delighted you're here and that I get to show you how to find this new way of being in your body and your life. There's a certain quality of life you desire that is not necessarily on the other end of all the shiny objects that you're sold. It's the one that is going to feel so good to you, both now and later, not only someday when. It's the one that is going to allow you to look back with such a deep sense of full body pleasure, peace, and a restful calm in your nervous system, and the utter satisfaction that is felt in those soulful exhales of being fully given and feeling fully lived. And this quality of life you desire is also the one that is going to require a certain amount of slowing down and coming home to yourself in order to find. And as much as you may feel and think that you crave this at times, the truth is that there will be moments when it comes time to actually choose that for yourself, when it may feel really intensely uncomfortable. Because what you may find there in this slowing, this stillness, this spaciousness, and quieting of turning inwards is all that you have been avoiding, numbing, distracting yourself away from, and maybe even pretending isn't really there. In the fullness and overwhelm of your days and the typical hurried pace at which you tend to move. And so it may feel so intolerable that you will want to turn away once again by speeding back up and filling the space in all the ways that you habitually do, that we all habitually do. In our resistance to going all the way in and coming closer to ourselves, to the truth and intimacy of what is here, which is why you will need to find an even better, more powerful reason to stay this time, to stay in a way that you haven't wanted to, in a way that you have resisted in the past. So the question becomes, why would you want to sit in that discomfort beyond the resistance when you can just keep moving, keep distracting yourself with more and more inputs, more and more speed, more and more stimulation? The answer is that underneath that discomfort is the wisdom that you are searching for in all your doing and rushing. Underneath that discomfort is a desire that is not being fulfilled. Underneath all that discomfort is a need that is not being met. And you really, really do want to know what those are. Because that is the only way you will ever be able to begin making those choices to give yourself the depth and the richness of life that you're deeply desiring to experience. It's the only way you will be motivated to turn more and more of your attention towards what is truly life-giving, truly nourishing, and truly expansive in a lasting, soulful way. Which means being willing, at least sometimes, to feel things you would rather not feel. To face things you'd rather not admit to yourself, and to confront what you've been running from for so long, that may feel inconvenient and intensely challenging to be with. But what I also know is that it can feel agonizing to know that so much more is possible, and to not be living it as fully as you desire, and continuing to stay stuck in the trance of sleepwalking through life. This is the terrain I help my clients navigate, because left to our own devices and without support, very few of us will choose to walk through this fire alone. Some might call it a reinvention. For me, it's nothing short of a deep, deep initiation. The one that's going to move you from merely existing on autopilot to becoming radically honest and radically devoted to creating your most delicious existence. And the women who come to me are hungry for this. They are the ones who are finally giving themselves permission to discover their most authentic, juiciest desires for the very first time. They are the ones who are no longer willing to keep dragging their past into their present and to let the old momentum call the shots and dictate what is possible from here on out. They are the ones who are no longer willing to wait on anyone or anything outside of them before they will allow themselves to feel deeply filled. They are the ones who are unwilling to give up on their desires anymore for the sake of staying comfortable, making others happy, and doing life the way they've always done it. They are the ones who have decided that they want to look back at the end of their journey, knowing they did everything they could to maximize their life and minimize their regrets. And this is what we get to find for you here. This power to feel so much more lusciously alive, no matter what, and so much more deeply fulfilled and drenched with your own nectar, independent of circumstances, independent of what may be arising within and around you. And this is what I want for you, beauty. To be drenched so deeply in your own nectar. It's how you love to exist. And you can. It's totally possible. And it can be way simpler than you may think. Thank you so much for listening. If you'd like to learn more and receive my free ecstatic feminine embodiment meditation, go to salonacarlisle.com. I offer a variety of ways into this work. So if you know you want to dive deeper into living more everyday bliss and becoming that woman who is wildly devoted to living her desired life now instead of later, you can also request a free consult at salonacarlisle.com/discover. And together we can find the perfect way into this work for you.